everybody, glad to bring you this one brand tutorial. These are really great opportunities to learn a lot about a specific brand of makeup, because I not only show how the products go on from start of the face makeup all the way to the lips, but I also do a little review, kind of wrap up about what I think about all these products, and it lets you see how they work without any other like favorite products being thrown in that could cover up for the way, you know, something here or there works. I've really enjoyed making these. I've done 4 so far, which are all linked below in the extra info section. But today we're going to be doing Laura Geller, and Laura Geller is a makeup artist. I know she has a boutique or a little studio in New York City, but you often see her on QVC, and I know her products are also sold at Ulta, or at least the Ulta closest to where I live. But I've gotten a lot of just sets of her makeup from QVC over the past year, and there are definitely some products that I think are such must-have things, and then there are some others that I'm not as fond of, so you're going to hear all about that in this video. To describe this look, I would say it's all about the flawless skin with this look. The eyes are fairly neutral, kind of warm, and the lips are pretty subtle as well, so it's definitely a wearable day-to-day look, but it really strikes me as something extremely feminine, very soft, and very wearable, so stay tuned. First, I'm going to use my Spackle Under Makeup Primer, and this is a really popular primer, actually. It kind of has a creamy look, but it's definitely more gel-like when you get your hands on it. It takes just a little bit just to feel like it's totally dry, you know, on your skin, but I think it forms a nice barrier between moisturizer and foundation. Next, I'm using a foundation that is super full coverage. It's the Real Deal foundation. It's a stick, and it says Ultimate Coverage, and it is oil-free. So my shade in this is medium. So the way I use this is I just kind of go all over my face and just kind of draw some of this product on. This has a sort of a thick texture to it. It's definitely doing some of the work that a concealer might do for me in terms of like little redness around the nose and broken capillaries and things like that. I think if you had really dry skin, you might find this kind of drying. Next, I'm going to use the Real Deal concealer. This is Serious Coverage Concealer. I have it in medium, and this, I believe, has won a QVC Customer Choice Award for Best Concealer. I don't think this has been out for that long, but it is really full coverage. Probably the most full coverage concealer that I own. So this just totally covers up, you know, discoloration that you have, or spots, or blotches, or anything like that. As you can see, I just dotting it around my eye area. Just a little bit goes a long way, so don't feel like you have to squeeze out a whole lot. I'm going to put on a favorite product, and to tell you the truth, with the coverage that this product gives, this is Balance and Brighten, which is technically a powder foundation. I really don't need that kind of coverage on top of this, but I just want to use it to mention it and show you, because this is one of my favorite things to use. If you've ever got a foundation that you feel like doesn't have enough coverage, or it's not matte, or you just want, you know, a little bit of a brightened up appearance, this is really interesting because it doesn't make your skin look shiny, but yet it does make it look brighter as a whole, and it provides great coverage. And as you can see, it's multiple shades swirled into one. This is the small size. I've purchased a backup of this and my Bronze and Brighten because I love them so much. Haven't had to touch the full size yet because I'm still working on these smaller ones, and I use them quite a bit, which is impressive. So yeah, these baked products from Laura Geller last a long time. So I'm just going to do a really light layer of this powder on top of everything. So now my skin's super evened out, and I'm going to take my Bronze and Brighten. So this one I have hit the terracotta tile that these are actually baked on. Just pick a little bit of this up, and I've liked them, definitely liked these enough to repurchase. So, and I love the blushes as well. I would definitely call it a medium type bronzer. It's not super light, but it's not, you know, one of those deep dark bronzers either. So next I'm going to use the Air Whipped blush in Whisper Petal. It's really interesting. It has this little golden dome on it. It's kind of like a mousse. It feels very cool to the touch, and it's just almost like some kind of souffle or something like that. and just kind of pat it in. It's not like a cream to powder product or anything like that. Like, it remains to have just this little bit tacky finish that I'm not really nuts about. One thing that I do love are the baked blushes. This one is so gorgeous. This one's called Mimosa. This is the Blush and Brighten, and it came in the Toast of the Town kit. I think I found it at Ulta. It's gorgeous packaging. It's definitely a peach with rose, and it's gonna really make you glow. It's so gorgeous. When I boost my cheeks up like this, something about it just helps me see more where to put the product. So that's why it helps me to smile when I put my blush on, but you don't have to. I'm going to be using this cute little quad here. It's from the Toast of the Town collection, and it's called Bellini. And I'm going to start out with this sort of pinky lilac shade, and just using the applicator that came with it. It was like an angled brush and sponge tip. I'm just going to put some of this pink shade all over my lid. Next, I'm going to take this white creamy color, pick up some of that, and just kind of go right around the inner corner here and kind of blend inward. I'm going to move on to this darkest brown. It's really pretty, and all of these shades do have some shimmer to them, and some of them even come off metallic a little bit. This brown really can if you pack it on, but I'm just patting this right on the outer corner. Then to really kind of get this sort of smoked out outer V that we've got on this side, I'm taking my Essence of Beauty fine crease brush here, and I'm just going to sort of start blending this just a little bit up and out. And this is still the dark brown shade. Then I'm just going to blend over that edge to smooth it out a bit. And I'm going to take this metallic gold, kind of a goldeny bronze, and just blend that right over the border. So instead of having an edge of brown, it's just blending right into the gold. Then using an even fluffier brush, I'm going to take that lightest kind of pearl color and go just under the eyebrow with that. Also going to use my pencil brush with this brown, and that's going to be something that goes just under our lash line here. So you can just kind of blend it in right there with that outer corner. So you're just kind of working in this upward stroke, and then take it right down here, and I'm pretty much going all the way under, but with more intensity toward the outside than the inside. Then for eyeliner, this also came with the Toast of the Town kit, and it is the Eye Care Waterproof Eyeliner in Purple Paradise. It's just a really dark plum. To be honest, you can't even really tell that just how plummy it is. But I'm just going to take this all across the upper lash line. It's not quite as dark as I would like it to be. Another thing is you can use any of her like baked eyeshadow kits. You can just dampen your applicator with a little bit of water and make those become a liner if you want. Just taking it a little bit under the lower lash line, just the slightest bit to kind of make a connection there at the outer corner. Then I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to apply my At Long Lash mascara. This is a waterproof conditioning high gloss mascara, it says. And as you take the brush out, it's got kind of a curve to it and a tapered end that leaves a lot of product left on that brush. You've got to get that off of there. It's it's definitely a wet formula mascara. It's not a mascara that I love to use for the fact that it takes so much drying time, and just being as wet as it is, oftentimes, you know, it's not long before I feel my lashes start to kind of clump up together. And next up for lips, I'm using the Light Beams. This is kind of a lip gloss, liquid lip color type thing. It's in Passion Fruit, and it just squeezes up through the top. Kind of a light berry shade. So let's get to some reviews now. Talking about Spackle, the Under Makeup Primer. This is very similar to a new product Rimmel came out with called Fix and Perfect Pro. It's got a very similar texture, a similar feel on the skin. I mean, this ends up feeling very smooth as it goes on, but sometimes it takes a little bit of drying time, and I feel like Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro doesn't necessarily need that waiting period, but this is still a great primer. I think it forms that really good barrier between your moisture moisturizer and your foundation. I notice my makeup, you know, wears well throughout the day when I've got Spackle on. As far as the Real Deal SPF 15 foundation stick, this is probably more full coverage than I want for a day-to-day basis, and that's saying a lot considering that I am on high definition television every day. It just has kind of a thick feel to it. It's going to give you good coverage, but I think if you have even just any dry patches on your skin, I think it will cling to that a little bit. I've had that problem just a little bit. I have some areas around my nose that can tend to get dry and kind of between my eyebrows, and I do not like seeing the foundation. Definitely if you do use this, use your fingers to blend it in so the warmth of your fingers can sort of break it down almost slightly, but it's just a little thick for everyday use. Not a huge fan of that foundation. However, the Real Deal concealer, if you've got some major stuff to cover up, I mean, this can do the job. Whether we're talking under eye circles, spots on the face, tattoos, and it only takes a little bit. So while this doesn't look like a huge tube, I'm looking at this knowing how much I use each time, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna have this forever. Okay, Balance and Brighten. I have the small size here, and I also have, waiting in the wings, a full size. I just want to show you what full size is in case you're interested. Full size, small. And this small one I have had for so long. I remember doing a haul way back with it was the Balance and Brighten, Bronze and Brighten, and a Blush and Brighten that came together. Probably one of the best Laura Geller kits you can get if you've never tried anything and you want to get some of the best things she's got to offer. But this is so cool because I have the regular, that's the shade, and it's just a mix of yellow undertones and some lighter and deeper shades, and I feel like it just evens the complexion. It doesn't make you sparkly or shiny or anything like that, but just by the nature of the coloring of this product, it makes your skin look really glowing, really even, really fresh. I haven't seen anything else out there like this product yet, and it lasts forever. So it's a fantastic value if you do pick that up. So I love Balance and Brighten, and also I love Bronze and Brighten. I have picked up the full-size backups of both of these products, but haven't had to touch them yet because these last so long. This is a great bronzer shade, not too light, not too dark. Could serve as a contour if you wanted it to, but it's swirled with shades of pink, dark bronze, medium bronze, and even like light pearly shades. It's not very shimmery. I store this in my matte bronzer drawer, if that means anything to you. So I love those products. Definitely, just looking at everything I used, yeah, those are the top two for sure. Used this Air Whipped blush, and I wasn't too impressed with it. It feels good. It feels cold when you touch it, which is always an interesting sensory experience, but maybe it's the color I got. Whisper Petal. Even though it looks sort of deep right there, this went on pretty light on the skin, and I didn't really love the way that particular texture blended in on top of the rest of my makeup. So what I do like are the regular Blush and Brightens. So this one in Mimosa is absolutely gorgeous, and this kind of was my highlight and blush in one because it just has, see that shimmery pearl kind of effect. If you're looking for something similar to the Laura Geller blushes, check out Milani Baked Blushes, only $7, and it's very similar. But I do love the Laura Geller ones as well. I also did enjoy the eyeshadows here. Usually you will see the Laura Geller shadows kind of coming in duos or singles that look like that. And you've got kind of a shadow on one side and something that could be your liner on the other. You can wear these wet and dry, so that's great. Yeah, I do enjoy these. I don't think that the shadows are the most unique things in the line, but they're still really nice and very velvety soft, and I like the appearance that they gave me. The liner I was not especially impressed with. Could have just been the plum shade. I don't know. It glided on fairly well, but didn't have much pigment. The mascara is probably my least favorite thing that I tried. It is just all around not a good fit for my sparse, fine lashes. It's just, you take it out, it doesn't totally clean the brush off, it's very wet. Although it is waterproof and I won't have it smudging on me, it's just I don't like the texture of it. And the gloss is something that, again, I don't find it to be especially unique. I do like it. that's a very wearable kind of mauve-y, berry, soft color, but it's called Light Beams, and my shade is Passion Fruit. I hope that gives you some insight into the Laura Geller brand. I know I bring up her products every now and again in my videos, and maybe some of you have wanted to learn more, so here you go. Definitely, she has some all-star products in her collection that are at the top of any favorites that I would have, and then some other things that I wasn't so impressed by. So thanks again so much for watching. Let me know what other one brand looks you want to see. The next one will be a drugstore look, so thanks for watching. Bye.